This is Margaret Ann Windsor. That's my real name. The name I have to use is Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. Now, I want to address this if I can. I'm just about dead, seriously. Um, I've put my father's picture up. I've told about that, about his illegal removing and the takedown that involved part of the British. I'm not talking about the British citizens or the British uh, government per se. I'm talking about Churchill, my own Uncle George VI, who's illegal, Elizabeth's illegal, the treaties that they made with the United States to allow the United States to come in and take over everything, Great Britain, and position itself so when they put the military into the UK, they positioned themselves to where they could force Norway, Sweden, Denmark, the Netherlands to comply, and then went on to form the United Nations, which is part of the total government takeover, the global government by the Illuminati or Freemasons, which is the Jews, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Rockefeller Plaza. I mean, that's where your media is located here. And then the United Nations is right there close in New York. So, what I wanted to get to, the Kennedys were a part of it, my kidnapping. JFK, his older brother, and his father had been appointed ambassador by President Roosevelt. I was kidnapped in 41 the day I was born because there was an addendum to my father's forced abdication, and he married my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. He never married Wallace Warfield Simpson. An impostor did, and became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. The double imposter died in 1972. When I came to Roanoke in October the 20th of 86, my father and mother were still alive. And as far as I know, they stayed together till I believe my mother died first, and then my father would have. So it's such a massive takedown. Nobody's corrected the era, if you want to call that a itty bitty era of lies and corruption and kidnapping and torture by the United States and part of my family. Now, I usually lay out where Larry Flint was shot, a Hustler magazine where he endorsed me because it gets people's attention. He was shot, they know that. I was flown out there in a campaign, and I'm being redundant here because you have to give a little background on it, and 15-minute tape goes quick. I was writing a book back in Atlanta about the use of mind control and programming people to commit crimes, or you can use it to cure an illness or create an illness. It's the Tesla files that were stolen in 1930. Now then, I want to get to this part. I had a letter from the FBI after I did the book, and I thought all this was happening because of the book to me. I didn't know it was because of who I am and my kidnapping and all this. And by the way, hostage money in many forms have not stopped flowing into the United States as of today. So the United States doesn't kidnap. They don't pay ransom, but they sure the heck kidnap and collect ransom. So now then, they got Bob Woodward of the Washington Post coming here to speak at Roanoke College tonight or tomorrow night. Oh, the media is carrying it. You won't show me walking into the Washington Post, and they did help me. This is 1982, and I had a letter from the FBI. Ongoing investigation, national security involved. In other words, nobody's going to prosecute it. It's ongoing, and that's my kidnapping. All right. His boss, Graham, I made it up. One of the reporters made it, deliberately gave me where she was, her office. I went up there and simply handed a letter stating all this, and a letter from the FBI attached in the book where I did the book. And it went before Revell, which back then was a kind of Christian publishing, and I had that attached where it went before their board. Well, the next thing I know, I've got a security guard, big security guard, coming and getting me by the shoulder and escorting me not only to the elevator but out the front door, where the black information, he was black American. Can you understand all this politically correct? You go and give a and then they'll call you a racist or something. It's beyond belief. But anyway, had been at the information desk when I came in. And when I was escorted out the door, I didn't do anything except turn news over. And by the way, her husband, Philip Graham, he didn't commit suicide. He was murdered by mind control. He was on the, back then, the satellite I can't remember. Had to do with security and all that. And so I don't know that she even read it, had time to read it before I was escorted out, and it had the proper attachments. Now I'm going to go off. I'm giving all this. I went out the front door. The security guard shoved me out the front door, and the black gentleman was coming in, and he said, "We'll see you later, you know." Well, that was back in 1982. And I've no slow up in the pain and suffering and torture of me, my country, but my children, I have no idea where they are. Haven't for a long, long time. Now I want to get into this part. I haven't put up Hustler Magazine. I haven't put up picture of my dad, of the fake Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Well, she's for real. Wallace Simpson, she's an American spy. But I've put all supporting evidence up before. I'm just going to put this up. I have an immune disorder, and believe me, it's nothing funny. It's been used to torture me. Cold, plain, and simple. And when I am force-fed, and that's what it's been, toxic fumes, it tears down my immune system. It makes it attack itself. And right now, the last 2 years, if anything could be worse, and this is with me going on social media, because a person I know, I hope he's a friend, originally gave me the phone so I could put it up on YouTube and Facebook, social media. The only access I have, nobody will touch it. They're afraid of it. It won't be prosecuted unless there's God or somebody. The British somehow are able to. It's war crimes beyond war crimes. So, anyway, now I was checking to see if I've got time to put the rest of it up. Anyway, over the years, in the last 2 years, things have been done to me, and I hope and pray to God that somebody's got photographs of it being done to me out there. I've gone to the Appalachian Trail when I pay for an apartment. HUD is all I can get. These people should be locked up. It's joining into a conspiracy. They keep their jobs. And by the way, when I was at Edinburgh, I'd gone back there several times. They go along with law enforcement, and the room I get, even if it's a motel room or what, I'm force-fed toxic fumes, and when I mean toxic fumes, I mean them. My lungs and my kidneys, if there is not a miracle, and the veins in my legs are gone. I'll be in hospice or something like that, and nothing has been done. I see Obama this morning going on and making a speech about people putting up flags. My flag is the British flag. I am who I said I am. Victoria II, the day I was born, because of an addendum. My father, an attachment to his forced abdication, and it went through proper channels. Believe me, it did. The day I was born, I was Victoria II. My father would have come back as my guardian and power of attorney. Well, that's when his own brother George, the illegal six, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, they thought they got rid of him. But now they had to get rid of me, and I was kidnapped and flown to Moulton, Alabama, and give the name of a twin. Both twins are dead. Now, I was told to get the birth certificates. I have to use her name. The family even finally, after I got so much evidence, admitted to the cover-up because Lina, mother of the twins, would have uh, gone to the gas chamber back then. Even now, with Moulton, Alabama, knowing the truth, I have to ask about Judge Sessions. It's up. I like Donald Trump, and as far as I know, Sessions is okay. But he has to know about me and my kidnapping. Nobody will even touch the deaths and the murders of the twins, even though I put the birth certificates and the little mark through of the date of birth because we weren't even born in the same year. And that's illegal on a birth certificate. So nobody will touch it because to go back and address the twins, well, they'd say, well, that family's just about dead, all dead now that got into the conspiracy. Well, there's one left down there, but the reason they don't do it, how do they explain me? Okay, nobody was ever charged. How would they explain me into the crimes done to me, committed against me? Now back to social media. That Obama, my flag is a real flag, the British. I was kidnapped. A DNA would show it. Even the timeline